There may be times in ThinkCentral that you want to create an assignment that points students to more than one activity, but spaced all on the same practice of a skill. In order to do that, you want to start your assignment the same way that you would start any assignment. There are two places to get to this. If you're on the teacher dashboard and you have no assignments, you can click on Create a New Assignment. But if you have assignments, or even if you don't, you can always get to the assignment screen by clicking on the word Assignments. And this is going to give a list of your assignments. So to create a new one, you'll click on either of these buttons that say Add Assignment. And this takes you to the Add Assignment screen. You always need to give your your assignments a name. So since this one that I'm creating is about finding missing addends, I'm going to choose that. I seldom include instructions, so I'm just going to leave that at Do. Under Adding a Resource, the resource type I'm going to choose is Searchable Resource. And then I'm going to click Go. Now from this screen, I want to search for resources based on a phrase or a keyword, or I can type in the Common Core Standard or the benchmark. I'm just going to type in missing addend. And that's going to return 57 results. That's a little more than I want to sift through, so I'm going to narrow my search by grade, since I'm looking for second grade resources, and I only want to see the ones that I can assign. So I'm going to turn that on. And from here I can determine what I want to include first in my assignment list. I won't be able to change the order later, so I do want to be sure I put these assignments, these activities, in the correct order of what I want the students to go through. There are a couple ways to get information about what you're assigning. There's a brief description for each activity. In this case, these are Mega Math games. And I can preview any of the activities or games by clicking on the title. So if I click on the title, it brings up exactly what the students are going to see. If you've never seen Mega Math, it starts with an introduction, which is great for the kids, but in the sake of time, I'm going to skip that and just click on Go.
To answer these questions, drag a number from here.
And I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, number line, that's a pretty good place for my student to start. I like this one. I'm going to include it. So I close this tab to go back to the previous tab. And I am going to assign that one. Now when I click on it, I'm noticing too that I get some additional information over here. It does tell me that it's Flash, so that means the students are not going to be able to do it on iPads, so that's kind of nice to have that information. So I'm just going to click on Assign, and now that's going to be my first activity under this assignment. I want to add additional activities, so I'm going to go again to select a resource type, choose Searchable Resource, and go. Now unfortunately I have to enter my search term again, and then I'm also going to have to narrow my search by grade and only assignable resources. So I will have to do that each time. So once again, if I click on the name, I can go and I can preview what the student is going to have to do. I can either include that right away, or if I think, well, I want to use that one, but maybe not next, I can save it for later. I have my information over here. Doesn't give me a lot under standards yet. Maybe that'll be added later. But I can assign and continue to do that until I have everything that I want to include. Again, I'm going to filter each time, make it assignable. I'm going to choose one more activity. This one's to 20, so I'm going to assign that one. Okay, so now I have all of that done. So these are all of the activities I want in my missing add-ins assignment. Down in assignment information, now I need to select my class, and I do need to identify math as the subject. I don't need to include a group unless I've set one up and I want to assign it to that group. At this point, I can either add it to all of my students or just certain ones, depending on what I'm doing. I could identify kids that need enrichment, additional practice, remediation. If I want to do enrichment, I can assign above grade level content. If I want to do remediation, I may assign some below grade level content, but still based on the same skill. I'm going to set my assignment dates, and I usually make these for a while so the kids have time to go through these, and then I'm going to save. So now this assignment is available to my students. That's all there is to it.